Happy morning, everybody, and let's begin today's session. Good morning, Jagdish sir. I was waiting for you actually.
Sorry, got a
Yeah,
little delayed. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so we are on our little journey where we are understanding the importance of meditation, which we've already done. We've understood the science of meditation, how it works. We don't have any further doubts. Now we are trying to understand what is the importance of doing it first thing in the morning. Okay, because some of my friends, uh, though of course it works anytime, it works absolutely anytime. You can do it whenever you can sit. But yes, of course, the maximum effect when you get up in the morning, when you are still in that subconscious state, when you have not totally come up into the day, and your tasks are not pulling you, your previous thoughts are not tugging on your brain. That is the best part when you're trying to use it. You're trying to achieve some intention you have, maybe your health, or maybe your wealth, or maybe your relationships, or just your spiritual growth. So if you have any of these intentions on mind, then how to make it work faster and more effectively, that is the early morning hours. We have grown up hearing this, Subeka time is the best for prayer. Subeka time is the best. So there were definitely scientific reasons for all this, and it is all there in our scriptures. But what we are doing is we are combining all the knowledge from our scriptures to some knowledge from the quantum science which is being given, and some knowledge from psychology too. So when we curate this, when we make a package for ourselves, so obviously we want the best outcome also, because we are not settling for anything but the best, right? So today, the topic which we are going to continue in the process, we have learned to get up in the morning, sit with ourselves, talk to ourselves in the mirror, how our prayers have to work, how we have to match our feelings with our words. Because only words, we will be just mumbling some, I would say words which you have crammed since eternity. You may be mumbling it in the morning. That's just, taking out air from your mouth. It's not really going to mean anything if it is not aligning with your emotions, your feelings in your heart. That's what we understood last time. That's why people who are so much into see, I please don't take me wrong. I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong in doing puja and rituals and everything. Of course, that's the first stage for your awakening. The vibrations of your puja, of your mantra chanting, everything is beautiful to awaken that soul within you. But we don't have to get stuck there. We have to move forward from there. Now your soul is awakened. You're on a quest. You've understood that you're a soul, from the spirit. And now it's your task on this planet Earth to then I don't want to use any cliche kind of words, moksha and all that. But yes, of course, we are trying to be be connected with our source, which was purity, which was pure love and light. That was the spirit from where we have come. And we have come now on the planet Earth with duality, with good and the dark within us. It's within us, it's nowhere outside. So the cure, or the answers to our questions, is also going to be within us and not outside. So for anything which happens in our life, something goes wrong in your relationship, something goes wrong in your financial condition, something goes wrong in your health, or in our destiny or something, we blame it on destiny, fate, karma, and then we start looking for answers outside, from the planets, from see, all this is science. Astrology is science. But again, we have to understand this science is going to work only when we work from within. So the answer, the darkness is within us. So uska cure bhi within hi hoga. It's not going to be outside. So now today what we're going to do is we have reached a point where we now have the courage to ask the questions which we have never been able to ask, because we have been conditioned in such a way that all the unmet needs which we had as we grew up, our needs. to be heard, to be seen, to be accepted the way we are. No conditions. ये करोगे तो ये मिलेगा, वो करोगे तो वो. I am not here. We are not sitting and blaming anybody for whatever happened. They did the best they knew. Now we are awakened. Now we know what really happened. So we are not blaming that on karma. What is karma? No doubt, it is a set, I would say, record of all your past lives. That is only the energy you come with. Now, all when we just sit down in all our problems, when we are, bahar se koi problem aaya, andar se koi problem aaya, when we blame it on karma, we are not bringing that energy to motion, right? And energy is supposed to move. When it is stuck, it becomes dense. And when it becomes dense, it then comes and gets embedded in your body also. And that's how these diseases show up. Anyway, I will not go into this too much. So today we are going to learn how to voice out our unmet needs through our meditation, through our prayers, and why it is so important to voice them out also. Because as I said, they become dense, the energy stops flowing, it embeds in your body. That's the first thing. And that is how your body then, shows up with these ailments. Okay. So I think I'll just share my slides first today. Mm, that will help us to really understand what we are talking about. Okay. So beyond from within. Now we are on a different next level of our journey. We have been within, we know the answers are there, and now we are taking that knowledge of ours further down. Now, we have been very scared of asking things because we have been told that you're not good enough. You are, uh, you know, you don't really deserve love unless you earn it. Hmm? These are the things we grew up with. So these needs of ours, we accepted it कि भैया ये तो हमारा कर्मा है, हमारी किस्मत है, हमारा fate है, and we just sat. These needs were ignored when you really needed them that time. So we started believing that मा और needs अपनी बताना और मांगना तो selfish हो सकता है. It is selfish. It is not realistic. Okay. So हमें ये नहीं करना चाहिए. So we started pushing it down. We started pushing them down into our body, and we've always been scared to voice out. And especially in our part of the planet also, we have a lot of society rules, like especially with the female gender. We are not supposed to, it's not considered good manners or good upbringing if you are living your life on your own terms, or if you're at least asking or voicing out also your needs. Okay. But my dear friends, whatever we bury down, it does not disappear. As I said, it does not disappear. It just stays there. Okay. So जब हम ये अपनी चीजें एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पाते हैं, धीरे 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 we grow up and we get used to just burying it down, pushing it down. जब आप ऐसे करते हैं, of course it is going to settle into your body, into your nervous system, into your subconscious, and that is what makes you behave, feel, and act the way you do right now. You might say, ऐसा तो मुझे कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा, I was absolutely fine, but you don't know. These needs can be tracked down right till the womb, and also to our past lives also, because our karma is a subtotal of all our past lives also. So any needs which were not met in any of your lives also can have an impact of the way you are right now. Sounds a
Yeah.
little scary, but yes, that's the way the cookies crumble, and that's the way it is. Okay. So we are not going till our past lives. Let us just at least remain till our present past. Uh, till our childhood, there were certain things which we have been told, and we have grew up with those rules, regulations, where we had to bury our needs, huh? Where we did not talk about our needs. And that is what has shaped us to what we are today. So the man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. अभी आपको लगेगा कि why am I asking these silly questions? But the man who does not ask is a fool for life. So now the choice is yours, whether we stay a fool for a minute or we want to remain ignorant throughout our life. Okay. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. This has been a beautiful line quoted by n number of psychologists, n number of therapists to explain what fate is actually. Kindly keep your mics on mute. Thoda sa. Okay, fine. I totally respect you are sitting with people around you and the household is there. हमने सब कुछ लेते हुए ही साथ चलना है. But थोड़ा सा, let's try and grab the maximum we can. So this statement is actually the underlining principle on which we work. In the sense, हमें लग रहा है हमें तो कुछ ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है नहीं, but it's in your unconscious or even your subconscious mind. It is there. The whole record is there. Okay? So our whole karmic record is embedded there. And unless we bring it up, unless we make it conscious, means not that we start crying all over again, means we have to, the first step is accept it. Be aware कि हाँ ऐसा है. I did not get unconditional love. I had to come first to get a gift. I had to do the household chores to get a hug from my mother. I am not blaming them. They were doing exactly from what they came from. It has been passed down. Article, you see that little clip very often, there are four girls, four generations, and they're passing down their burden. The grandmother is giving it to the mother, the three, four stages. And then the last kid, the last mother has become a little aware and she does not hand that over. She just puts a little crown on that little baby that go live your life on your own terms. So if we keep on passing the same limiting beliefs generation after generation, we will remain unconscious. And then we will keep burying our needs under, and then we are going to call it fate and kismat. Okay. So inside us, there lurks a child, an eternal child, something that is always becoming, is never completed, and calls for unceasing care, attention, and education. That is the part of the personality which wants to develop and become whole. Huh? See, the whole word really intrigues me. Whole से ही बना है healing. So unless you don't become the whole, no healing is going to happen in your life. आप बोलो मैं इतना पूजा पाठ करती हूँ, मैं इतना व्रत रखे, मैंने पूरे नवरात्रे रखे, बट स्टिल मेरी लाइफ में कोई चेंज नहीं आया. वो चेंज इसलिए नहीं आया बिकॉज आप होल नहीं बने हो. You are not coming from within. You are not accepting that there are certain things which need to be processed, and energy जो process नहीं होती है वो dense होके it gets stuck in your system. Energy has to keep moving. Energy in motion is our emotion. तो आज हम जो भी हैं is because of our stuck energies inside. And now we are learning. First, we have to find out हम किस चीज से डर रहे हैं इतना. What is that which is stuck inside me? Why am I not able to voice out what I want to say? Once you are aware of that, what are you fearing? People might laugh at you. See, actually, when I begin the meditation, I always say, drop your identity, drop your ego, drop your this. All these are masks over our beautiful whole self. We have to remember we are always connected with the source. And what was that source? The spirit? It was pure love and light. We are here on the planet. We have become a soul, but it was never disconnected from the spirit. And if I go one step further, we are even connected with each other. We are even connected with each other. That is why we totally mirror what is inside us. अगर अभी भी मैं judgment करती हूँ, I was a big time freak for judging people. If I still judge people, that means there is still something left inside me which has to be worked upon. It's a mirror. It is that part which I'm seeing in that person, which I still have to improve in myself. So when get aware of this, that is the only time we will be able to work on ourselves, which Carl Jung coined this term, the inner child. Inner child is that part of ourselves where all our unmet needs are stored. और हमने उसको दबा दिया है, डरा दिया है कि आपको बोलना नहीं है, you cannot ask anything, you better stay there. Because if you voice out your needs, you will be taken as a selfish person. But my dear friends, building walls just to protect boundary word is also misunderstood a lot. In fact, I also always thought boundary means cutting myself off from people. Boundary just means making see हमारा घर है, we have walls, we have a boundary wall around the house. It's just to protect ourselves from the certain dark things lurking outside. It's not to cut ourselves from the world. So we have to just make a little space for ourselves where we can work. But we have our windows. Hmm? And that is where from the light comes in. Wow, I just made this up just now. It's sounding pretty okay. So much of the healing of our world begins in healing the inner child who rarely, if ever, to come out and play. Hmm? So हमारे अंदर जो हम सीरियस हम मेडिटेशन करते हैं, बहुत सीरियस लोग हैं. Why? I just don't resonate over there. In fact, the Bible says you can enter the kingdom of God only when you become like a child. हमारा पूरा spirituality का path is leading us to become the child, which was pure love and light, which came from the spirit, the source. हमको वो बनना है वापस से, जिसको आप मोक्षा बोलते हैं. I say we have to become childlike, absolutely like a child, not judging people, not staying in the past memories, just giving love to everybody around. A little child does not judge people. हम उतना भी कर ले, so that's enough for one lifetime. I'm trying to work on that, not judging people and not complaining. Okay, that's what a little child is. हम धीरे 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 जो हमें बाहर से ट्रेनिंग हुई, हमारी जो कंडीशनिंग हुई, because of that we start. Little child does not suppress his need. कोई strangers में भी बैठे होगा, if he is hungry, he will just run to a person who has a biscuit in his hand. He is not suppressing his need. But we were taught manners. We were taught etiquettes. We were taught how to behave in society, hmm? How to learn hygiene. All this is slowly. So I'm not trying to promote be unhygienic, but just try to understand what I'm trying to say. Just by being so conditioned, we have moved away from that love and light, which is our source. And now we are aware, and this is our journey to go back into that love and light. That is moksha for me, and that is enlightenment. Nothing beyond that. End of story. So it's never too late to have a happy childhood. So it's never too late to have a happy childhood. On 8th, we are having a workshop in our school for parents also on conscious parenting. That's how I'm going to trap them after talking to them about conscious parenting. I'm, they are really going to sit and wonder that हमें जरूरत ही क्यों पड़ रही है इतनी conscious parenting की now, because we have damaged our own inner child so much. So it should not happen to our children. So it's high time we get up and we don't repeat the same mistakes which have been, passed down through generations, generation after generation, on the pretext of our society norms, on pretext on our, what you say, religious beliefs, and so forth. So now we are learning to ask what we did not when we were a kid to yourself. What are we going to do? What is this art of asking to yourself that says, I matter enough to speak clearly? To the universe that says, I'm no longer hiding behind politeness or fear? To your neuron system that says, it's safe now to feel, to want to hope. Just a minute. Now to hope again. Okay. So, how do we do that? We change our inner voice. We talk to ourselves with love. We talk to people with love. When we go out, we are on our bestest behavior, especially work. You feel like answering back, but you're saying, yes, ma'am. Right? We are on our best behavior because we have been taught by the society. That's the way you're supposed to behave. But now, once we come home, we talk to ourselves with so much of judgment and, you know, what do you say? We are judging ourselves. We are telling ourselves we don't deserve love. We telling ourselves we don't deserve good things in life. So now we are going to learn how to talk to ourselves also with love. Puts you in an alignment with your deeper self. The self-love concept, we are learning self-love. Self-love is also one of the initial stages of awakening. So what you don't have within you, you just cannot give it to anybody else. So if you think you're doing a great job as a mother or a wife or a daughter-in-law or as a employee or whatever, I'm sorry. If you haven't learned to love yourself, it's just a farce. You're just putting up a show. So it lifts the emotional neglect and clears the path for everything else. So we have been neglecting ourselves. That's why the mirror work works. When you talk to yourself in the mirror, when you look at yourself eye to eye, you feel alive in your body. You realize what drains you and what energizes you. You begin to trust your own voice, and trust is the foundation of change. Okay. So, foundation, trust, apni voice. This is how you rewire your inner world. Why do we have to rewire? We have to rewire because we have been wiring one thing for so many years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever our age is right now. We have been wiring in a certain way. If we did not get up, hmm, my journey began when I was almost 40. So, and some of you are in your 30s. So you've started before me, right? So you've understood this concept now. तो जब हम घर आके अपने आप से we speak with no love, no change is going to happen inside you. So अगर अभी आपसे नहीं हो पा रहा, so what you do is stay with yourself little longer with your own darkness. Meditation is a beautiful tool for that. There are lots of other tools. Breath work is one tool. Ho'oponopono is one tool. EFT is another tool. Tried and tested techniques by Louise Hay, Joe Dispenza, all these beautiful people who brought this knowledge which Carl Jung had started and made it more practical, made it practical for us. Okay. And still, if you're not getting up, it's okay. Everyone has to get up one day. Some today, some maybe 10 years later. You cannot just, because you are all now awakened at least. You've gotten up from your sleep because you all believe in a divine power. So just don't get stuck by giving it a name and a form and sitting there. Please move ahead because you also have that power inside you to create your own reality. So these are the things we really want to hear, which we missed sometimes, in our journey. Love you, I hear you, I'm sorry, you didn't deserve this, you did your best, I will now support and protect you. It's okay to feel sad, scared, and anxious. I'm happy you are here now. अब डरना भी एक नेचुरल इमोशन था, हाँ But what did we do? Like what happened when we were in nursery? Our teachers used to say, चूहे वाले कमरे में बंद कर देंगे. Okay? So imagine that fear was inside us right from that time. So now, even as a grown up, if you're scared of going into a dark room, just remember where it is coming from. Okay? So these are the embedded, heavy emotions, energy, which we now are processing. Because what you will not process is going to sink inside you, it's going to become heavy. Emotion is energy, it has to flow. It has to flow. And it flows where your awareness goes. जो भी आप जिसके ऊपर एनर्जी देंगे ना, फेट आप बोलते हैं, आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग इट. फेट, यस, आवर एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स टेल अस, इट्स रिटन इन आवर स्क्रिप्चर्स, हमारी जन्म कुंडली, दिस सब जगह लिखा हुआ है फेट. दैट्स वन karmic code you have with you. But here I want to just remember one code which I may not know word by word. I've written it somewhere. Yeah, this is by Backmister Fuller. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. So your fate, जिसको आप अपने existing reality कह रहे हैं, to change something, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. Means एक छोटी line है जो आपका fate है. Why not draw a bigger line next to it? And that will render the choti line obsolete. I hope I've made my point clear. Means we will co-create a new reality. We have come with one reality, but now with awareness, we will try and co-create a new reality. Okay. So this is just the process. So now what we're going to do in our meditation today, it's not really an inner child healing meditation. Nahi hai. It's again just a meditation where we are going to be aware of that we need to let this energy now get processed. All our embedded emotions have to get processed. नहीं तो वो वहीं stuck रहेंगे. Okay. Um, that's about all. And now we go ahead with our meditation. Uh, Anybody has any question here? I think it's just a sum total of what we have been talking all this time. एक दो मिनट अगर किसी का कोई खास doubt question है, or we can leave the discussion for later too and first go into meditation. आप बहुत देर से बोल रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं. Just take 2-3 minutes to first. Anybody wants to ask something here? I can stop for a minute. Wow, either I'm a very great teacher. Okay, there is one question. Tripti. Yeah, Tripti, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Thank you so much, ma'am. आप सुन
Yeah.
पा रहे हैं मुझे? या थैंक यू सो
Mm.
मच मैम फॉर दिस सेशन. मुझे मतलब हम लोग को सबको शायद इसकी जरूरत थी. एंड मेरा एक क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे हम सोचते हैं कि अपने बारे में हमें गलत नहीं सोचना चाहिए या हम बैड नहीं फील करना चाहिए, बट बहुत
Mm.
सारे थॉट्स आते हैं, नेगेटिव थॉट्स. कई बार मुझे लगता है कि इन दिनों जैसा मैं फील कर रही हूँ, तो बहुत सारी नेगेटिव मुझे लो फ्रिक्वेंसी के थॉट्स आ रहे हैं किसी के बारे में, या कुछ सर्कमस्टेंसेस ऐसे हैं.
Mm.
तो मैं खुद जान रही हूँ कि वो गलत है, मुझे नहीं सोचना चाहिए, बट स्टिल दे आर मतलब रिपीटिंग. मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि
हाँ.
आई एम जस्ट
So,
ट्राइंग.
अब इसको अगर मैं सिंपल वर्ड्स में आपको आज ही जो मैंने अभी बोला उसी में से एक दो लाइन उठाती हूँ. आई सेड वी आर ऑल कनेक्टेड. वी ऑल कम फ्रॉम द स्पिरिट, है ना? अगर आप ये सोच लो, द डिवाइन का पार्ट मेरे में भी है, आपके अंदर भी है. ओशो जब किसी से भी मिलते थे, ही यूज्ड टू से आपके अंदर बैठे हुए परमात्मा को प्रणाम, राइट? सो आई कॉल इट द डिवाइन एनर्जी, दैट सोर्स एनर्जी, दैट लाइट जो मेरे में भी है, आप में भी है. हमने उसको डिम किया हुआ है बिकॉज विद अ लॉट ऑफ अदर थिंग्स जो हमने बाहर से इकट्ठा कर लिए हैं उसके ऊपर, राइट? नाउ वही मैंने आपको बोला, जो अनप्रोसेस्ड हमारी अपनी नीड्स हैं वही हमारे में एम्बेडेड हैं. अगर आप किसी और में वो देख रहे हैं कोई भी चीज जो आपको इरिटेट कर रही है, आपको मे बी अभी समझने में थोड़ा 1 मिनट लगेगा. वाई डोंट यू थिंक दैट दैट इज दैट पार्ट जो अभी आपके अंदर एम्बेडेड है, विच यू हैव टू प्रोसेस. गेट इट? या आप से अनम्यूट हो गए हो, म्यूट हो गए हो शायद। सो अगर
जी
हम
जी
इस,
ये
हाँ, इसको ऐसे ले लें, ये भी तो मेरा ही पार्ट है, दिस थिंग विच इज आउटसाइड। ये मिरर
जी।
कर रहा है जो मेरे अंदर है। आई यूज टू लाइक टू जज पीपल। तो वो
यस।
मेरे अंदर ही कहीं कुछ कमी, डार्कनेस थी ना। सो दैट डार्कनेस इन साइड मी, मैं बाहर देखती थी। सो व्हेन समवन इज इरिटेटिंग यू, या आपको बहुत कुछ वो आ रहा है, तो ये सोचो मुझे अपने अंदर कौन सा वो पार्ट है। वी आर मेड अप ऑफ पार्ट्स, वी आर गुड बैड, हम सब में है। हम सब कोई भगवान नहीं बन गए हैं हम यहाँ। हमारे सब में हम, हमारे अंदर सारी एनर्जीज, या सारे गुड पार्ट भी है, डार्क पार्ट भी है, बैड पार्ट भी है, जेनरस पार्ट भी है, जेलस पार्ट भी है, सब कुछ है। बट वेयर यू गिव योर एनर्जी, अवेयरनेस, योर एनर्जी इज गोइंग टू फ्लो देयर। आप अपनी
तो
अवेयरनेस कहाँ रख रहे हो?
हाँ जी।
Where are you keeping your awareness? If you're going on thinking about the darkness,
यस।
you are attracting it more. जिस पे आप एनर्जी दे रहे हो वही। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल लेती हूँ। किसी के कुंडली में डिवोर्स लिखा हुआ है, एस्ट्रोलॉजर ने
यस।
भी बता दिया कि विद इन 3-4 years आपका डिवोर्स हो पक्का है। ठीक है। अगर वो उसको अपना फेट, कर्मा और उपाय बाहर से ढूंढने लग जाएंगे कि हम ये पूजा करा लें, वो कर लें, वो कर लें, प्लीज गिव मी फॉर सेइंग, वो नहीं ठीक होगा। बिकॉज आपने उस रियलिटी को, वो छोटी लाइन को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है कि ये मेरा फेट है, मेरे तो लाइफ में डिवोर्स लिखा हुआ है। आप पूरी लाइफ डर के निकालेंगे। ओके। नाउ
हाँ।
व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज, वो छोटी लाइन है डिवोर्स, वी आर गोइंग टू नाउ द पर्सन जिसके साथ आप हो, ही इज ऑल्सो फुल पैकेज ऑफ गुड बैड अगली एवरीथिंग। ना फॉर अ शॉर्ट बिट ऑफ टाइम, उसकी जो गुडनेस है, हम अपनी एनर्जी उस पर डाल दें, जिस पे आप अपनी, अब आपका अवेयरनेस, जो जितनी अवेयरनेस आपने उस पर डाली, दैट विल ग्रो। जो चीजें आपको इसकी इरिटेट कर रही हैं किसी की भी, दोज थिंग्स के ऊपर आप एनर्जी नहीं देंगे। जिस पे हम एनर्जी नहीं देते हैं, दैट थिंग हैज टू डाई। जिस पे आपने एनर्जी नहीं दी, वो मर खत्म हो जाएगी। जिस पे एनर्जी दे रहे हैं, दैट विल ग्रो। सो फाइंड आउट समथिंग गुड इन अ पर्सन एंड ट्राई टू फोकस ऑन दैट। I'm also a married woman with children. I do have also the same kind of relationships here and there, but I try to work. और जब तक नहीं हो पा रहा, try to keep yourself little away with yourself. Process your own darkness first. मैंने बोला ना, हम
यस।
good bad के साथ आए हैं। Process on your own darkness first. That means आपका कुछ है part which needs healing still. इसीलिए आप बाहर वो देख रहे हैं. You're mirroring it. So once you start, see, everything is a placebo. Joe Dispenza says you are the placebo. अब इसको हम प्रूफ करने बैठे हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंट करने बैठे, बट ये एक्सपेरिमेंटेड भी है, टेस्टेड भी है, एंड इट मेक्स यू अ बेटर पर्सन। तो आई थिंक दैट्स बेटर ना, रादर देन स्टिकिंग ऑन दैट कि ये मेरी प्रिडिक्शन में ही लिखा हुआ है, ये होना ही होना है। तो अब मैं ये कर लूं, वो कर लूं, मैं ये रिचुअल कर लूं, मैं वो रिचुअल कर लूं। आई सेड रिचुअल्स एंड प्रेयर्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर अवेकनिंग। अवेकनिंग क्या है? दैट यू आर जस्ट अ सोल विच हैज कम फ्रॉम द स्पिरिट with the same love and light, with the same powers. यहाँ आते हम भिखारी बन जाते हैं कि
हाँ।
बाहर से कोई हमें ठीक कर दे।
हाँ।
For everything, for our health, for our future, for our money, we start going running to people. You have come from the spirit. Why are you forgetting that? आप अपने अंदर की, बाहर डार्क फोर्सेस हैं। आई एग्री, जितनी प्रॉब्लम्स हमारी लाइफ में, मेरी माई हेल्थ इशू वाज अ डार्क फोर्स आउटसाइड, बट व्हाई डू आई फॉरगेट दैट आई हैव दैट पावर विद इन मी? Power will always overcome the dark force if you let it. But we don't. हम आंसर्स बाहर ढूंढने लग जाते हैं. So this was my only awakening that मेरे को कुछ भी हो रहा था, all my everything was happening in my life, but I did not leave that one belief that I have the power within me. I have to work on that. I have to increase my power and diminish my dark forces. बस वही बिलीफ मेरे को उससे बाहर लेकर आई। अब वो प्लेसिबो है, क्या है, आई डोंट केयर, आई एम हैप्पी टुडे। तो आपको जो करके आपको रिजल्ट मिल रहा है, व्हाटएवर फ्लोट्स योर बोट, देन जो करना है करिए। आज नहीं करिए, 10 साल बाद करिए, करेंगे, यू विल अवेक। एवरीवन हैज टू अवेक। दैट्स द जर्नी, दैट्स व्हाई इट्स अ जर्नी, इट्स नॉट अ डेस्टिनेशन। हम पहुंच नहीं गए हैं कहीं। ओके, चलो मेडिटेशन करते हैं, यू माइट गेट सम आंसर्स देयर टू। ओके, आई होप आई हैव बीन एबल टू satisfy a little.
यस मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
Okay, okay. All right. Pooja, you have a question. I was thinking questions हम बाद में ले, चलो hurry up Pooja, then please ask your question, whatever it is.
Yeah, ma'am, just a small question is that you said that we have to express our emotion. We should not hide it or should not suppress our emotions. If a child is showing anger, should we allow them to show their anger or should we say कि
Absolutely, why not? Anger is also an emotion. Anger नहीं दिखाएगा बच्चा, he, what did I say? वो dense होके जम जाएगा अंदर.
but
And
ma'am if
when you
every
grow
time he
up,
shows
listen,
anger,
listen, listen to me, listen to me. वो जो जमेगा अंदर, hmm? Why do you think when we grow up, we become people pleasers? हमें लगता है हमें दूसरे को खुश करना है all the time. Because we have our unprocessed emotions inside. हमने उस टाइम पे प्रोसेस नहीं किया। अब हमारे अंदर हमारे फियर आ गया एक्सप्रेसिंग एंगर। तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम सबकी बात चुपचाप मानते हैं कि ये बंदा खुश रहे, घर में शांति रहे। We begin to, see, if you're talking about just the basics, that the child is harming himself, it's okay, unstructured रहने दो ना बच्चे को। Why do you want to tame the child?
but ma'am if every time he shows anger for such a small thing that it means that they are going to puppet मतलब कि वो हमको कंट्रोल करना चाह रहे हैं कि if they are showing anger कि I will show anger then mama will do this thing.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। द चाइल्ड, सी, इफ उसकी नीड क्या है, टू बी लव्ड। इफ यू आर लविंग द चाइल्ड विदाउट एनी कंडीशंस, वो एंगर वैसे भी नहीं दिखाएगा। ये जर्नी कहीं स्टार्ट हो गई है। अब उसको पता है जब तक वो टैंट्रम नहीं थ्रो करेगा, आप सुनेंगे नहीं। सो द होल प्ले इज अबाउट योर अनमेट नीड्स which makes you behave a certain way. And the needs, when they are not met, सिंपल सी बात है, मैंने बोला वो जम जाते हैं। जमते कहाँ है? इन योर सबकॉन्शियस। निकलते कब है? इन योर बिहेवियर व्हेन यू ग्रो अप एज एन एडल्ट। Today, if you are not able to voice out, if you are taking nonsense from the world, because we've been taught that girls have to behave in a certain way, we are just pleasing people. आपको सबको खुश रखना है घर में, अपनी नीड को पीछे रख लो। फीवर भी है तो उठ के खाना बनाना है। ओके, दीज आर ऑल आर अनमेट नीड्स। इट्स अ वेरी डीप साइंस, एक दिन में नहीं होगा ये। इट्स अ जर्नी, विल कंटिन्यू। अभी आप मेडिटेशन करिए, ठीक है? ओके, ओके, ओके। All right, now meditation, we this one of the simplest tool. I said ये tools चाहिए। ये हम क्या कर रहे हैं, अब हम समझ गए हम कर भी क्या रहे हैं। हम ये सारे जमे हुए कचरा अपना मेंटल डिटॉक्स कर रहे हैं। We are trying to take it out. And how do we do that? The first thing is to be in the moment. Because when we keep getting pulled into the past or keep running in the future, and the anxiety of the future or worries of our past, हम ये काम नहीं कर पाते. So we learned to stay in the moment with Anapanasati meditation. For all those who are new, who do not know what is Anapanasati meditation, it is a beautiful technique given to us by Lord Buddha, that is observing our own incoming and outgoing breath. Because the science behind is it, when we are observing our breath, we cannot be doing another thing. We cannot be observing our thoughts. So to be in the moment, we have to be thoughtless or reduce thoughts. But don't even expect any magic. सारे thoughts चले नहीं जाएंगे suddenly कहीं भी. They will keep coming. और हम भी, we will keep doing. It's like going to a gym. This is the gym of your mind. हर रोज जाना पड़ेगा। एक दिन जाके आप नहीं कह सकते मेरे मसल्स नहीं बने। यू विल हैव टू गो एवरी डे टू द जिम। सो We are training our mind to stay in this particular moment. So आपको ये exercise n number of times करनी है. Thoughts come, bring your awareness back to your nostrils. Thoughts are coming, bring your awareness back to your nostrils. You have to go on doing this, even if you have to do a million, a zillion times. And then in this process, even for a split second, for a few moments, if you become thoughtless, beautiful. Give yourself a hug. That is what you were doing. सारा time कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Thoughts definitely आएंगे. Okay? All right. So now isme we don't need our specs because we are going within. Under we are going to look with the eye of our mind. We don't need specs. Fingers into fingers. We are creating a circuit because we are going to awaken our energy. So energy flow bahar nahi honi chahiye because we say 10% flows from our hands, 10% from our feet. So cross your feet. बिल्कुल cross leg नहीं बैठा जाता. Base में बस थोड़ा सा cross कर लो. And then last, most importantly, close your eyes because 80% of the energy, the cosmic energy which you are going to take in your meditation flows out from your eyes the minute you open it. That is why I say, even if the sky falls, don't open your eyes when you're sitting in meditation. Okay? पैरों में दर्द हो गया, you can spread your legs. Fingers अपने आप से खुल जाती हैं meditation करते करते, perfectly okay. But do not open your eyes. So it's almost 8:15. We are going to meditate for only half an hour today because we had a long discussion. All right, children. Children. All right, my dear friends. Please sit down, cross leg, fingers into fingers, and your eyes closed. In a comfortable position, meditation, Patanjali says, the best position is Sthiram Sukham Asanam. That is स्थिर थोड़ा सा आपकी स्पाइन स्ट्रेट रहे सुखम comfortable. You have to be comfortable. That is the asana you have to take. And now vagus breathing. We are going to have 3 long breaths. Please tell me if the music is loud. Last time somebody told me later on. Is it okay, the music? Someone can just speak.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, perfectly okay.
Okay, thank you. A long breath in through your nostrils. You're breathing in love, light, and all the good things. And breathe out through your mouth. As if you're blowing a candle, removing all that you don't need anymore. Another long breath in through your nostrils and breathe out through your mouth. Last long breath in through your nostrils, and now with full force, blow out the candle outside, releasing all that which is not serving you anymore. And now, my dear friends, we are going to be with our incoming and outgoing breath. Just bring your awareness to the tip of your nostril और अपनी आती हुई और जाती हुई सांस को observe करिए, like a watchman, like a gatekeeper. You're normal, natural, simple, beautiful, serene breathing. Your breath is your life partner. It came with you when you were born, and it is going to stay with you till your last moment on this planet Earth. Breathe in and breathe out. This is a training for you, my dear friends, to move beyond your conscious mind. Go past your analytic mind and reach your subconscious mind. Let your whole body relax. Shift your awareness from the world around you to the world inside you. At this moment, nothing else exists. Just be with your normal, natural, simple, easy, tranquil breathing. With every inhalation and exhalation, feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed as you drop your identity, your ego. Drop it all and become pure consciousness. Various symptoms in your life, such as anxiety, jealousy, and compulsive behaviors, is a call for self love. It is reflecting our past experiences and inner wounds. By becoming aware of these signs and emotions, by understanding their origin, you can believe in yourself and begin your healing process. So it is important to observe your own actions without judgment and wholeheartedly embracing your need with compassion. So, with meditation, reprogram your subconscious mind and guide yourself towards emotional autonomy and unconditional love for yourself. My dear friends, as you are relaxing, just imagine a warm, vibrant color. This color represents confidence and unconditional love for yourself. Imagine this warm, beautiful color is coming as a breath of life from the source of the universe. So breathe and welcome this color through your nostrils. Let it blend into you with every inhalation. This color coming from the source transforms into a luminous flow, gently caressing the inside of your head, creating a space in your head and bathing your mind in serenity. It weaves around your eyes, your ears, soothes your senses, guiding you towards deeper relaxation, towards more space. Feel this gentle light descend along down your neck breathing in this light as if some expert hands are gently massaging it. They're massaging the back of your neck. Allow this light to move down your shoulders and let this feeling of well being spread through your arms, your hands, all relaxed. You are making space right till the tip of your fingers and filling them with soothing and comforting energy. This color continues its path, tenderly enveloping your chest, your entire back, caressing your heart and freeing it from fears. Feel the space in your lungs, which is getting filled with energy. Each breath is becoming a source of renewal and eternal peace in your heart. This light is spreading down to your abdomen, where all your awareness is going. Your energy is flowing, my dear friends. Feel this energy. This light is dancing all over your body and all inside, creating space, releasing all knots, each emotional tension is dissolving. All the embedded, heavy emotions, which are mostly negative, are getting bathed with this light. Feel it melt all the knots of your body as it continues to flow towards your legs like a peaceful river, leaving behind a sensation of lightness and connection to the earth. Your feet in contact with this energy. Feel a deep rooting anchoring as you get anchored to this present moment. Your entire body is now bathed in this vibrant light, this vibrant light of perfect harmony. You are wrapped in a cocoon of solitude, where every particle, every cell of your body surrenders to relaxation. In this bubble of relaxation, your mind awakens to a new consciousness, ready to welcome clearer and more constructive thoughts. You are now in a state of maximum receptivity. You are ready to redraw the contours of your territory. Imagine a place where every fiber of your being feels safe, a heaven of peace and serenity. This could be a lush garden where every flower seems to be dancing. The flowers are dancing to the rhythm of the breeze. Or it also could be a beach at sunset where waves whisper soothing melodies. Or an ancient forest where trees seem to murmur age old secrets. It also could be a place from your childhood filled with joyful memories. Your old home where you grew up, the garden where you played with your friends, your school, the corridors, the playgrounds. Breathe deeply and let this place take shape in your mind and heart. Feel the softness of the air, the warmth or coolness. This air is caressing your skin. Listen to the surrounding sounds. They are enveloping you like melody. This place that is yours, a refuge where your mind can rest and recharge in safety. Today, decide your journey through this place. observe an ancient mirror lying around. This mirror, which is reflecting the surrounding, suddenly becomes a portal to deep introspection. As you lean in to observe into this mirror, it changes into a mirror of your soul, revealing the hidden facets of your being. You can clearly see the wounds of abandonment, and you feel its presence in your body. Explore. You will find it in the tension in your chest, a knot in your throat, maybe something in your stomach. Just let this wound express itself. Let it exist without pain or fear. As you recognize this wound, feel a relief as if a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Slowly, feel your heart, which was like a closed green flower, open up, petal by petal. Your heart is opening up. And somewhere in those petals is trapped a little being, the source of love and comfort. It is your inner child. You may see it like a soft light, a blurry image, or a memory. Allow yourself to say to it, "You are no longer alone. I'm here for you. Together we will heal and grow." The minute you say this, feel that additional relief, a feeling of reconciliation, feeling of love. Welcome these emotions. It could be sadness too, or compassion. Let all these emotions that have been blocked rise to the surface and find their way out. Allow your inner child to express itself. What does it have to tell you? Can you hear these words? Do you see these images? Welcome these emotions with kindness. These moments are important, very important for your healing in your path of transformation. Sometimes, my friends, the real shift happens when you open your mouth and finally say what's been living inside you for so long, not as a whisper, not as a thought that passes quickly through your mind, but as a clear request from the part of you that still believes you're worth listening to. But the truth about most people's inner life is that they're walking around with needs they have never spoken out loud. Not because they don't feel them, not because they don't know them, but because at some point in their life they convinced themselves it wasn't safe to ask. Maybe they were ignored. Maybe they were told it was too much. Maybe they started believing that wanting more was selfish, unrealistic, or out of reach. So instead of asking, they stayed quiet. They pushed it down and carried it with them in silence. But the truth is, what we bury does not disappear. It settles into the body, the nervous system, and the subconscious. Shaping the way we think, feel, and respond every day. Is something powerful about naming what you've been too scared to admit. Something real shifts when you open your mouth and finally say what's been living inside you for so long. Not as a whisper, not as a thought, but as a clear request from the part of you that still believes you're worth listening to. This is not about being needy. This is about giving yourself permission to want what you truly want. Suppression does not lead to growth, my dear friends. It leads to numbness. And when you go numb, your life flattens. You stop feeling deeply. You stop seeing clearly. You start accepting what does not align with you. And over time, you forget what you ever wanted in the first place. So now, ask out loud for what you've been scared to admit in a moment of deep clarity. You meet yourself in a raw state. Don't try to dress up. You don't wait for perfect words. Just speak what's real. Even if your voice shakes, even if your chest tightens, even if tears rise. This discomfort is not a signal to stop. It's a sign that the layers are falling away. It's your brain trying to protect you. The default wiring of the brain is to protect you from pain. But now you're here. You're conscious, and consciousness gives you a choice. You can keep living from your old protective patterns, or you can choose to act from a new awareness. This is true healing, not erasing the past, but responding to the present with more truth and fear. So now, when you find yourself in the early morning stillness and your heart starts speaking louder than your words, louder than your thoughts, listen to it. And when it brings up something you haven't said out loud, something that feels heavy or personal, don't turn away. Feel it in your body. Acknowledge its presence and then ask. Ask without apology. Ask without shame. Ask like someone who is learning to value their own truth more than their fear of how it will be received by others. Your body will respond. You will feel a release. You might cry, you might shake. These are not signs of weakness. These are the signs of the energy moving, of emotions surfacing, of stored experiences making their way out from your system. This is the moment where asking becomes the act of creation, not just for things, but for clarity and alignment, for healing, for love, for peace in your mind. It does not matter if it is big or small. What matters is that you ask like it matters to you. Because if you won't ask, your nervous system won't believe you care enough to change. There is no formula or perfect sentences. You might just say, I want to be seen. I want to feel free again. I wish I could forgive myself. It could even be something more practical. I need a new beginning. What you ask could be unique to you, but the courage is, say it. That's universal. That courage creates an energetic imprint which does not just float in space. It communicates with your body, reaches your cells, tells your brain to start looking for that new possibility. When you ask from a place of honesty, your biology responds. Your stress softens. Your immune system strengthens. Your heart rate balances. This is not magic. It can be measured in labs. It is the gateway to mental clarity, emotional regulations, and long-term transformations. You will stop agreeing to things that pull you out of alignment. You stop minimizing your dreams because you are not trying to survive by hiding. You are beginning to live by expression. So, my dear friends, since we come to the end of our meditation, always remember the act of asking is not just a moment. It's a message to yourself that says, I matter enough to speak clearly. A message to the universe that says, I'm no longer hiding behind politeness or fear. A message to your nervous system that says it's safe now to feel, to want, to hope again. You may not get the answers right away. You may not see immediate results. The point is not the outcome. The point is embodiment. The act of asking will put you in alignment with your deepest self. It will lift your emotional weight. It clears the path for everything else that's meant for you to unfold. You begin to trust your own voice. And trust, my dear friends, is the foundation for any meaningful change. This is how you rewire your inner world, not by fighting with the past, but by choosing to live honestly in the present, by letting go of who you were trained to be. An early morning is the perfect time to practice this. When the mind is quiet, when the defenses are low, when the world hasn't started pulling you in different directions, this is the time to speak. And let that request echo through your system as a declaration of worth. You're being human by asking and not selfish. Being human means feeling deeply, wanting connections, craving changes, longing for meaning. There is no shame in it. It is only life trying to move through you. Give it a voice, not just once, but often, until speaking truth is no longer a practice. It becomes who you really are. Remember, when you speak, the angels are listening. With your eyes closed, we will just listen to a beautiful prayer. The angels are listening. The angels are listening. The divine is listening. And I am listening. This is a beautiful prayer from the Japji Sahib of the Granth Sahib. Which means to listen. Suniye.
The angels are listening. God is listening. I'm listening. The angels are listening. God is listening. I'm Please sing with us.
The angels are listening. God is listening. And my heart is listening. As this music descends into every cell, every bone, every muscle of your body. Let it wash away all pain as your heart opens up. As you breathe in, O Nanak, the devotees are forever in bliss. The pain and sin are all erased. All my pains will depart in listening to my heart. And now, so learn to listen to the voice of your heart. Because what we say is being heard by all your angels and the divine above. And now, as we come to the end of our meditation today, you may continue. You may continue in your own bliss, or slowly you may become aware of the room you're sitting in, the chair you're sitting on. And as we come back to this 3D reality, happier, stronger, peaceful, remember today, all your pains will depart in listening to your heart. So don't ever be scared of asking what you have been scared of admitting till now. And now, very, very slowly, rub your palms, place them on your eyes for the last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And please come back. For a few moments during the meditation, I also drifted away. So there was absolute silence from my side. But yes. Jagdish, I could see you were in deep meditation today. Yes.
Yes, I was. So there were thoughts that were talked about. I think all of them are very profound meaning. If you permit me, I would like to touch upon just 3 issues
Yes.
there. First thing is that things are within us. I'm always reminded of Omar Khayyam, who said, I sunk my soul into the unknown, a letter of the alphabet, a letter of the afterlife to spell. Why and my soul came back to me and said, I am heaven and I am hell.
So can you just repeat this little louder? I missed
Yeah,
out a few.
okay. Says, I sent my soul to the unknown for a letter of the afterlife to spell. By and by, my soul came back to me and said, I am heaven and I am hell.
Yes.
So that's why the first thing that you touched upon. So it's everything within us,
Yes.
what we have. The second one, of course, again through a poem I'm remembered, you say suppressing emotions is a very dangerous thing. And that reminded me of a very, I'm not going to recite the entire poetry. I don't know, you might have heard of it called The Home They Brought the Warrior Dead.
Yes, yes. Whom they brought her
Uh,
warrior dead. She
the Whom
doesn't
they
cry
brought
and
over
everybody tries
doesn't
to make her.
cry and ever said, make her, she should weep or she will die. Then they praise him soft and low, you know, and
Yeah, they
ultimately the old
tried
nurse comes
everything.
and
Yeah.
then brings the baby to her, and then she realizes she has cries because she has to live for the child. But just think about it. Instead of child, think about living the child in yourself. You have to live for yourself.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
the
This connection
suppression,
is good. Yeah.
absolutely, because you see, we are the child, right? So by suppressing the emotions, what are we doing? We're refusing early.
The
This is a
child
question.
suffocates. Yeah.
So self-esteem itself consists of two concepts: self-confidence and self-worth. Self-confidence is the knowledge you can do it. Self-worth is you're worthy to live it. And you talked about becoming a foot mato for everybody. That happens because you lose your self-worth. When people start saying things about you,
Hmm.
you start paying attention to it. And that's why you lose your self-worth, which is something we should guard against. In fact, they say you must overcome your anxieties and do the task to discover your own abilities,
Hmm.
right? So otherwise, what happens? You live your anxiety, you don't even know what you're capable of. The final thing I would like to comment about it because I had written long ago, though my professional writing is all in information system. This is one something somebody asked me, and I wrote this article with enormous response from even professors of psychology, and that was the right of the child to be angry.
Yeah.
Okay, uh,
That lady asked a question. I think she should be
very.
listening to him.
I see. Let's face it. In fact, Tennyson, again in some the context says, he asks for hope for something, but he says, "But what am I, a child crying in the night, crying for the light, with no language but a cry?" But think about this child. You are bigger. He knows you can hit him. You're stronger. You have logic. And what is the only language that the child has to show its anger?
Yes.
And particularly in a feudal system, what is happening? We say a child should behave in a particular way, and the child should do what the parent or the elder person say. This is our feudal culture. And the child resents it, but he knows he's helpless.
Yes.
And you don't tell him. You say, how do you talk back? So you try to express, don't dare talk back to your elders. Understand? It's a it's a sin I say that we commit by not letting the child to be angry. So the way you can handle it, try to understand, ask the question also why the child is angry
Yes.
instead of trying to putting him down or her down. Ask why, and it works. It works. Tell them that they are a thinking person, so I give it life, and often it dwells. Yes, child can be adamant sometimes. You have to tell them what is wrong, but there's a way of telling them. Instead, what we try to do is suppress the anger. Don't you dare talk like that. Don't you talk back, right? A father sometimes hurts a child, and the child tries to hit back or hit back. How dare you do that? So you have a right to hit, but the child doesn't have a right. So I
Yeah.
call it the right of the child to be angry, and that's very important. A child has a right to be angry. That's the language it knows. Thank you.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to tell you.
Thank you, sir. You've given me such beautiful pointers. I have to take a workshop, so I'm going to include all this in that too.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Right. The child has to be given the right to be, so it's
It,
how
it,
we
it has a,
ask.
it has a right to be angry.
Yes, yes. So I hope it answered the question of somebody who had asked. Uh, the child is getting angry or something like that. So I've heard this line from Sharon Daga, I think. He says, "Don't worry that the child is not listening to you. Worry that the child is watching you." You know,
Absolutely correct.
because
No, so,
we are not being an example. We just try to set rules, and then if they ask us, we say, don't question. You're not supposed to question."
yep.
Yeah, so that's very important, right, sir? Thank you. If anybody wants to ask me or sir anything, you're most welcome. So I think you have already answered all the questions. Yeah, Tripti, I think did you ask or what? Who's speaking?
Yes, thank you so much, मैम। बहुत सुंदर। थैंक यू टू द सर। एक्चुअली बहुत सारे क्लियर हुए माइंड के जो मैं बहुत सारी चीजें मैं करती हूँ, लाइक अपने बच्चे के साथ ऐसे नहीं करो, ऐसे नहीं करो, ये तुमको नहीं करना चाहिए, ऐसे बिहेव नहीं करना चाहिए। थैंक यू सो मच सर। मैं हालांकि सुनते हैं समझते हैं, लेकिन कई बार वो इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पाती हूँ। मैं कोशिश कर रही हूँ, और अपना सारा ट्रॉमा मैं उसके ऊपर फोर्स कर देती हूँ ये सब चीजें। तो मैं
Yeah.
अपने आप को हील, जैसे मैं आप लोगों के साथ
Mm.
जुड़ के मैं कोशिश कर रही हूँ खुद को हील करने के लिए, ताकि मैं टू लव माई सेल्फ एंड टू हील माई सेल्फ फर्स्ट।
Yes, yes, that's very important. और ये एक दिन का काम नहीं है, बहुत टाइम से हम लोगों ने एक चीजें अपने अंदर भरी हुई हैं, so many years. So it's going to take
यस
time.
मैम।
So just relax, give yourself time. It's okay, right? We are all learning. It's a continuous journey. I have also learned so much during the past few
यस
years. So then, dhire, we have some nice people with us who are guiding us, helping us. So एक दूसरे का
थैंक यू सो
hand
मच।
holding करके, we are all going on this journey. As I said, we are all connected. It- हाँ, so whatever
आई एम
आपको
फीलिंग
कहीं
ब्लेस्ड।
और बोलो।
सॉरी सॉरी, नहीं सर, आप प्लीज बोलिए प्लीज मैम, आई एम सॉरी
No,
टू।
no, it's okay, fine. So nice, so nice. Okay, sir.
मेडिटेशन बहुत अच्छा। सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी, प्लीज प्लीज,
या
सॉरी।
मेडिटेशन मैं खुद ही खो गई थी थोड़ा देर, तो मैं बोली ही नहीं जो मुझे बोलना था। I forgot.
नहीं मैम, बहुत अच्छा हुआ। एक वो जो आपने जब बताया था कि वो लाइट फील कीजिए, तो वो पर्पल एंड पिंक लाइट आई फील। और मुझे उस समय मेरी बेटी भी उठ के आ गई थी। वो अभी चेस्ट कंजेशन में उसका बहुत सेचुरेशन लो लो चल रहा है, ऑक्सीजन सेचुरेशन उसका 90 से
Okay.
नीचे चल जाता है कई बार। तो वो उठ के आ गई थी, उसको तो फिर उसको भी मैंने अपनी गोद में लेके कोशिश किया है। जस्ट
Oh,
ऐसे मैंने सोचा
beautiful.
कि वो मेरी लाइफ मेरे थ्रू के अंदर तक भी जा रही है, उसको भी हील
Yes.
कर रही है। आई डोंट नो कितना मैं ठीक से कर पाई, बट आई ट्राइड माय बेस्ट।
नहीं, आई
थैंक
एम
यू सो मच।
श्योर। मैंने बोला ना, ये हम भूल जाओ, हम सब कनेक्टेड ही हैं. So we have energy is flowing through all of us. So that's how we become one big happy family here, and that's how our journey is going. Thank you for joining, Tripti.
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Where are
थैंक
you
यू मैम।
from, Tripti?
थैंक यू सो
आप
मच।
कहाँ से हैं?
बेसिकली नेटिव फ्रॉम उदयपुर राजस्थान, बट राइट नाउ आई एम इन गुड़गांव।
Okay.
मैं राजस्थान उदयपुर से हूँ। मेरा
Ah,
फैमिली मैरिड इन जयपुर, एट जयपुर, एंड नाउ एट लिविंग इन गुड़गांव राइट नाउ।
okay, okay. You had come that day, I think, to my place, na?
यस 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 यस
Okay,
यस, आई
okay.
वांट टू कम एट 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 को भी मैं आना चाहती हूँ, लेकिन आई डोंट नो कैसे मैं आ पाऊंगी, क्योंकि
No, sir,
मेरी।
this 8th is for the parents of my school, actually. Jo 8th
ओके
ko,
ओके ओके
it's not
ओके
at my house, it's in the school
ओके
auditorium. So we already have
ओके।
more than 200 registrations, sir.
Oh,
So I'm just going to be like a child and share whatever I know, and then let's see how it goes. I'm sure it's going to go fine. Yeah. I have parents from nursery and KG, and basically they're coming to learn conscious parenting, but they're in for a surprise. I'm going to go and take them into their own inner child. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And next week, we will continue with our journey and see what else we can do with, yeah, our early morning meditations. Thank you, Prisha. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for being there. Yeah. Thank you.